Good morning. I'm Bill from Premier Faucet Support, the advanced faucet consultant for warranties and technical service at Premier Faucet. And I'm doing a series of videos on how-tos because I get a lot of questions of how do I. And our faucets, because they were specifically designed to be sold to the wholesale market, to licensed contractors. However, a lot of end users have them, people that homeowners have them, and they want to know how to do the work on their own. So what I wanted to talk about this morning was the install of a pop-up. I get a good many calls on, your instructions say this. Well, our instructions might as well be from one of the Swedish furniture companies because they're not always good and they're not always accurate. So what I'd like to do is talk about how to install this particular pop-up assembly. It's a metal pop-up assembly. It's pretty common to most metal pop-up assemblies, so from most manufacturers. So we can kind of go over the how to put it in, and what to do in that regard, how it gets done. Let's get started. One thing you'll notice is that there's a beveled washer here, and that's going to go into the bottom. I think we're good with where we're at. If your sink is, or your lavatory is thicker, you would just pull this down, and it'd take a little bit of doing, but once you work with it a bit, you would get it to pull down. All right? So, but you go, well, yeah, but that won't drop through the lavatory. No, it won't. So what we do is we screw the top off, and now it would go up in, right? It would go up in and when it's tight, you know, when you get it to where you want it, you would tighten this screw up, making sure that this, for the lift rod, is on the back side of the pop-up. So also, when you're going to install this, you want to get some plumber's putty. You can get it at any Home Depot, any Lowe's, any hardware store, and draw out a bead, a 3/8 inch bead. So you're going to pull it out, you're going to roll it out like you used to do with Play-Doh back in the day, and you would just roll out a bead and put it, you can stick it in your lavatory, the little well where the water runs down. You can line that, or you can line this. And it doesn't have to be gobs and gobs and gobs of plumber's putty. Just a little 1/4 to 3/8 inch bead will do the trick, and that will seal this to the lavatory and keep it from dripping water when it is all tightened up. All right, and then what you do when we're done, you would just take a knife, pair of scissors, or even just your finger and rub around that, and it would pull that plumber's putty off in a bead, and there you have a good clean finish. This is where the overflow for your lavatory goes. There's nothing to be done with that for the install or taking out. And then the interesting part here would also be what you need to do to get your lift rod to work. So what you would do is you would take this C-clip off, put this in. Now you'll see that this comes with a hole in it. Now, if you put it in this way and you work the faucet, you'll see that, or you work the pop-up, you'll see that it goes up and down. If you turn it around, it may make a fool out of me, but it may well. You turn it around to where it's away from the hole in the middle, it won't be locked in. So while it will raise up and raise down, you would be able to actually, or lower down, you'd be able to take this out without having to take the pop-up apart. If you have it locked in, you got to take this section of the pop-up apart to get it all taken, to get it taken apart. So when that's all said and done, you would just screw this back on. And as with many things in faucet installation, you just want it hand tight or just past hand tight. You don't want to go binding down on it to, with torque wrench and all that kind of stuff going crazy, because it could get calcium buildup on it and then it'd be fused together and you would never get it apart. All right, so then once that's done, you would take your C-clip here, and you would figure out where you need your strap to be for your pop-up to get the travel that you want it to have. And once you figure that out, you would take your C-clip back here, pinch it together, and there it is. It's locked in, right? Okay. See how that goes. And then you take your thumb screw and measure out, you decide where you want your pop-up handle, your lift rod handle to be in relation to the top of the faucet. And then you would just screw that in. And remember now, this is all in the back. And then you're done. All right? So, hey, thanks for dropping by. If you have any questions or you need anything from us, need any help with anything, give us a call. Or actually, it's better to just email us at support_premierfaucet@homedepot.com. That's support_premierfaucet@homedepot.com. All right, thanks so much. Have a great day, and we'll see you again next time.